posted?
No, not yet, but anyway, what's going on, Attack Squad? It's your boy Roman, aka Mr. Enemy 343, joined today by the Bleeding Shadow, DBZ and GT for Life, and DD the Sinner. And welcome you all to another open chat session.
I posted in general a pilot for a show made by the band Studio Killers. It looks good.
Apparently the video's been blocked for some reason.
What? They told me to share the video to try and help them get likes and stuff to show whether or not they want. Well, the band's called Studio Killers. You can find the pilot on their channel.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I just actually...
Also, cool. I highly doubt they'd be watching, but Jerry, if you or anyone else in the band are watching, you can't have your video be something that's blocked if you want people to share it to try and get it hype.
Yeah, exactly. And, that's just the thing. If anybody actually does anything that actually doesn't fall under the terms of service for under like any of the guidelines that they need to conform to, they're going to get blocked.
But
I kind of find it completely stupid.
Well, it's a pilot for a show, for a cartoon they want to do. I watched the pilot. It was pretty good. And so I shared it in the various Discords I'm in to try and help them. And if y'all could watch the pilot, hopefully y'all like it and share it on Twitter, since Twitter yeeted me. That would be very
no way,
helpful.
It's working for me now.
Because I want them to succeed, because the pilot looks good, and I've loved Cherry and the Studio Killers. Well, it's Studio Killers, but it's easier to say the Studio Killers when it's Cherry and. The point is, I've loved the band since 2011. I would have been 21 at the time. And I just want them to succeed. Hell, one of the songs, Jenny, had it come out when I was a teenager, it probably would have made me realize sooner that, oh, I like both boys and girls.
Wow. That's pretty interesting. Anyway,
also,
Dionysus.
Hey, I am super glad that Dee is here, because I have some, I guess you could say, cringe news for you.
Lay it on us.
Oh, it's not Tuesday.
Huh?
It's Thursday.
You said that you have cringe news, and it's like, so what else is new? So I said, it's not Tuesday. Basically same shit as always.
Well, okay, so prepare yourself for this, because this is grade A stupid. So there's an artist who is a fan of the Outhouse, and they even stated they are a huge fan of the Outhouse. Well, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
But, let me guess. This certain fan hates anime.
Whoa! Let Dio finish. Go ahead, Dio.
Okay.
All right. Well, so this artist, again, huge fan of the Outhouse, and he drew fan art of losing Amity. Mind you, he loves the actual canon ship Liberty. He's a huge supporter, he or she, I don't know their actual gender, but they're supportive. Well, that's just one teeny tiny itty bitty thing that they changed. They turned loose from ma'am to sir. And Twitter went ape shit.
Well, let's be honest, that's valid, because they basically made it a heterosexual coupling instead of one of the few good queer representations we have.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, though, it's just fan art. It doesn't change the canon. And these people were screaming, lesbophobia and all this and that. On top of that, I personally love the comments who are trying to act like they did a gotcha. Like they said it doesn't matter what you drew because the canon is that they're lesbians. So neener.
No. Amity is a lesbian. Luce is bisexual. If we're gonna be trying to use the whole they're this thing, you need to get the sexualities right for characters.
Yeah, and I mean, again though, it's just first off, again, it's just fan art. You can do whatever you want with it, and they even stated that they are a fan of the show.
Hey, what's up?
But these, the wokies, it's like what I said before. These people really aren't true fans of the show, and I'm not trying to be an elitist. It's just these individuals are only watching the show because they want their representation, and they're not really there
you
for.
Be any more right on that one, there, Shimonetta dude.
They just want tokenizations because basically that's what gets their dopamine going.
And mind you, these are the same people who would buy a can of hot shit so long as you put a rainbow sticker on it and claim that this is the greatest shit ever.
Okay, but anyway, when y'all get the chance, please watch the pilot. I'm hoping y'all will like it. I like it, but I'm me, so I can't speak for y'all. But
that's right, Didi. We're not SJWs. We don't have a hive mind.
But if you could watch it, hopefully you like it, and if you do like it, give it a like, because they say if they get enough likes, they'll make this a series. This is the pilot right now, and I want them to succeed. And if you guys could post the link on Twitter if y'all like it, I'd be grateful, because unfortunately I can only do so much since Twitter had to be fucking hypocrites.
Yeah, unfortunately, that really sucks. But anyway, I wanted to actually talk to you guys about what freaking Moist Critical said about anime and his hot takes. Oh God,
who said what now?
More like his hot shit.
Who the fuck is Voice Critical?
You heard it,
guys. It's Penguin Zero, Charlie.
Are we talking about the guy that looks like the Penguin?
What? No.
No. Basically, he's kind of got long hair. And he kind of talks a little bit like this, of course, whenever he does his videos. And he usually does a lot of stuff with like dildos and stuff like that.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard of this guy, so that tells you how good his videos are. If I've never heard of him.
Okay.
Why is everybody roasting him?
I'll be right back. I will be right back. I gotta find something for DD. So I'm gonna share this in the private chat. So hold on. Let me see here.
Yeah.
Just send me a link, and when I get the chance, I'll look at it. Right now, I'm not gonna leave stream just to watch a video of an idiot.
He's not. Oh God, man, he's not an idiot. He's actually cool. Oh man.
We were actually being civil towards him, and
all of a sudden, come on,
okay,
he's not
a lot more than I could say for some people whom shall not be named for sake of brevity.
Look, I just saw the chat. I just saw the chat history thing when I was sharing the link to the pilot for the cartoon that Studio Killers wants to make, and he who must not be named is a fucking hypocrite, because I've seen the stuff he has in the background of his thing. Can we point out the fact that one of those characters is a 13-year-old girl in a bikini?
Yeah, and he won't. But he
say shit.
And he won't go after Shota and all that other stuff. He's okay with that. He's okay with Noralities liking that. He doesn't say anything about that shit, but he wants to say something about fucking stupid.
just send me in DMs on Discord the link, Mr. Anime. I don't want to get booted out just to watch a video.
Hang on. I got your back. In fact, I'll just actually I gotta go through the chat here. Okay, got it, and I am going to leave the link to it via DMs on Discord.
Thank you.
So there you go. Yep.
Also, the pilot, and I'm sorry I keep bringing the pilot up. The only nitpick I have is a thing where they have a fan of the band because apparently, at least with the pilot, they're in cyberspace. And basically they find a fan who's basically pirating the songs and stuff. And they have a thing where he has a post apparently of was feminism bad and stuff. And that's my only nitpick because it's like it depends on the feminism. If we're talking about the women of the 60s and stuff, then no, because women should have the right to be able to go out and work if they need to.
Yes, I had to go real quick. What happened when I was gone?
Oh, well, I'm talking about the pilot that I shared, but anyway, aside from
Okay.
that one thing, it's a pretty good thing, and it's fair. I agree that when people are good people like Studio Killers, you should support them any way you can, such as buying downloads of their songs or something. But if they're assholes, then I consider pirating okay, because you don't want those assholes getting money for being assholes.
Exactly. And also, don't even get me started on freaking comic pros as of late, because they're just being complete assholes as well.
Also,
I mean,
the singer Cherry.
Yeah.
She's a short stacked chubby girl.
Whoa.
That was at me, wasn't it?
Yep. That's
Yes,
one of the reasons why I'm hoping you'll watch the pilot too, because I think you would like Cherry.
I mean, I was going to see, but now I got even more reason to check it out. Oh crap!
And the best thing about Cherry is, yeah, she's a chunky girl, but she's actually giving curves, not I'm a ball, you are supposed to find me attractive, and if you don't, you're a sexist pig. And it's like, no, people don't mind a couple extra pounds, but they want the girl to actually have like an hourglass figure or something.
Exactly. And you already stated, the whole examples and media before. We just don't want something that looks like it's, Big Mom beta version.
But I've been a fan of the band since 2011, and their songs slap. Again, if Jenny had come out when I was a teenager, I would have realized sooner that I was into women as well as men.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also one thing that I wanted to bring up too, since you brought up the feminism thing, where it's like old feminism was important compared to the new one. It's kind of just like with the LGBT pride thing. Like back then, yes, it was important, but now my biggest issue is it's way too sexual, and it's making us look like we are just a fetish.
Oh,
you're
gonna love a scene in the pilot then, because while like I said, I like attractive women and stuff. This is obviously a thing at the hypocrisy of YouTube, basically taking people's things down for one thing because it's quote unquote sexual, but if you watch enough videos, you'll eventually get an ad for a fucking porn video.
Yeah. And hell, mind you, naked yoga and Brazilian wax can be seen here on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying. The villain is called Pornographa, I think. I'll have to watch it again to be sure. But she's basically a busty chick with a gas mask, and she's basically trying to destroy everyone she can. And I think that's a take that to the shit like the naked yoga that gets away with not getting banned on YouTube. But someone draws a busty girl and suddenly, oh, this is pornography. You're not allowed to have that.
Yeah, I know. Think of the children or some bullshit like that.
Okay, guys, let me say something about like this whole thing with Charlie. Listen, I don't have a problem with what he said at all. I mean, like I get it. He's pretty much saying he wants more variety. He's saying like, you know, I don't really care for seeing like young characters in the story. It doesn't do anything, and I can totally understand, even though there's more to that. But I can totally understand where he's coming from because I see that he wants more variety. I see that he wants something more.
All right, that is a good point. I mean, I gushed about an anime I found by chance. I'm still trying to find it online. But the main character is an elderly old man who, along with a teenager, accidentally got killed and were basically made into cyborgs or androids or something by aliens. So the old man ends up becoming a superhero in a.
I think I got you. I think it's called Inuyashiki.
Yeah. And
I've been watching that on Amazon.
And
I've been watching that on Amazon
because I love the fact that not only are we not basically, oh, I'm in high school and I just have a normal boring life. Oh, I'm a hero now. Ah! But we also see how the elderly are basically more or less forgotten once they get old.
Yeah, and
I mean, the old man basically sacrifices himself to prevent an asteroid from destroying Earth, and that's when his family basically realizes, oh my god, he's gone, and it's like, yeah, and y'all basically treated him like a burden. Don't you feel good about yourselves now that you know, oh hey, dad or grandpa is not a worthless piece of shit?
Hey, guys, so I have to ask this question. What's your thoughts on Bully Mcguire?
Who?
He's cool.
What?
It's a freaking parody of freaking Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically a meme.
Yeah.
I don't know, nor do I care.
I don't know what you're talking about because I've been
He's
doing mostly
pretty
Dungeons and Dragons meme. Which something came up, Dio, so not this week for the session. Sorry.
He's pretty much like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, but with all the memes.
Well, yeah. Also, Dee, I was going to ask you that later, but okay. So this weekend will not be a no-show. All right.
Yeah, I need to let the others know, but hopefully next week.
Well, I do hope everything is okay.
The holidays were goddamn crazy. My grandfather ending up in the hospital, then having to ship stuff, and then having to spend time with my sister and stuff while she was down for the holidays.
Oh, your grandfather's okay now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
He's still in the hospital, but we're hopeful that he'll be home soon.
Oh,
it turned out to be an ulcer that popped in his stomach and not the beer bug.
Well, that's at least a good thing in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my aunt brought a painting I made him to the hospital. He liked it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
But also, one thing I do want to throw out there too about the whole people have an issue. Like I always hear this. Why does anime always start in high school? Well, here's the thing, genius. The anime 9 times out of 10 is usually for young adults or people who are in their 20s who know about the whole high school life.
Basically. I mean,
most of the anime I watch don't really even have a high school setting.
And not just that, but
Why the
Whoa,
hell
guys,
do most,
one at a time. Sorry. Go ahead, there.
why do most shows that are animated are pointed at kids? Because there's this stigma that animation is only for children. So that's kind of the reason.
What about Family Guy and South Park?
I said most animated shows.
Ow.
Yeah,
I
but
hate the stigma. I hate the stigma that animation is only for children. It's like, yeah, I'm sure my sister Paige would love me showing her younger children Family Guy, and Rick and Morty and stuff. I'm
Don't
sure
forget
she would love me
Rootsky
for that.
and not just that, but the issue with the West when it comes to adult animation is it always goes for that whole adult humor with the whole, hey, would it be funny if cartoon characters said swear words and said sex stuff? It's like, give us what anime gives us, and something like, say, the Venture Bros, which was absolutely fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh,
Definitely.
I love Venture Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for D&D memes like that special where they're coming from a costume party and everyone's dressed like Star Wars characters except for Hank, I think it is. He's dressed as Batman. And
Does Spawn the animated series Invincible count?
Well, yeah, those two count as well because they all adult animations, but they don't do the whole, hey, let's say fuck 20 times and talk about sex.
Yeah, in fact,
well, I mean, Hell of a Boss kind of does that, but you also got other stuff to give it substance.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Hell of a Boss, it's different in its own right because it actually feels natural as opposed to, hey, wouldn't it be fun if a cartoon character said shit, you know?
Well, what I'm saying is, yeah, you have everyone in Hell of a Boss, and if we ever get Has-Been Hotel, possibly Has-Been Hotel, swearing like sailors and sex jokes and stuff, but you also get substance. Like the most recent episode of Hell of a Boss, you basically see Blitz looking through his phone at photos and stuff, and you realize this poor bastard hates himself pretty much.
Yeah, like, I mean, the show is deep in a way.
Oh, now they're actually trying to freaking. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, which also, what makes Hell of a Boss so good is it has actual representation, LGBT and so forth. And it's not, hey, look at me, I'm gay. Yeah, I was gay because I'm gay.
Basically, their orientation is not their personality.
Exactly. Like, take notes, Twitter. Your sexuality is not a personality.
Also, Twitter is not a real place because Dave Chappelle said so.
Exactly.
Also, if I could just say this real quick.
Dave Chappelle doesn't just say so. It's common freaking sense. Go ahead, Beverly Shadow.
So, I
thank you.
wanted this adaptation, well, not adaptation, but animated series about Venom. It would be based on, not based, but, you know, the Venom movies. I've always wanted, like, a Venom animated series. I mean, MODOK got his own animated series, and he's not an anti-hero.
Also, yeah, I was watching this video earlier today of what's something that you're a fan of, but you wouldn't admit to. Now, I've admitted it to you guys, but other people I wouldn't want to admit it to, and that's being a fan of Steven Universe just because I'm appalled by the fandom for driving a teen girl to attempt offing herself because she drew rose quartz.
Hey, I like Steven Universe too.
Steven Universe was definitely a good watch at some point. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, but we're talking about the fandom. Yes, you and I are one of the few people who wouldn't be fucking psychos. But I'm appalled by the fandom basically telling a girl to yeet herself from life because she drew Rose Quartz skinny. And then when the reveal of who Rose Quartz really was, I was like, fuck y'all. Turns out she was skinny anyway. And y'all drove a girl to try and yeet herself. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. We need to actually separate ourselves as fans from the fandoms, because basically the fandoms are actually just being toxic as all hell. You can be a fan of something, but you just need to separate yourself from the fandom. It's like separating the art from the artist.
Does that include the anime fandom?
Yes.
I mean,
I typed something for y'all to look in private chat.
I got you.
Oh, someone already came up with that term. Fandom. Yeah.
I know, but it's just perfect because
it is.
But guess what, though? I mean, at the end of the day, I would rather have the fans who are like a little too obsessed over the SJWs. And mind you, the ones who tried to get a girl to yeet herself because of stupid reasons, I guarantee you they are SJW. They are wokies.
You gotta wonder if they pretended that they didn't try to do this once the reveal of Rose Quartz being Pink Diamond came out.
I just want to know how do you sit.
Oh, she's a skinny girl. Oh, we never made a girl try to attempt and yeet herself.
I just want to know how the hell do you sit there and do something so stupid like that from the get-go? Like, when you really sit there and think about yourself, right? Think about yourself doing something like that. Can you, even in this hypothetical, universe here, can you actually see yourself do this?
Hell no. Basically,
no.
It
sounds
women
too
actually
stupid.
doubt themselves. Whereas men, however, they just go through with it. That's why, freaking male suicide rates.
Well, this is another reason why I shared that pilot for Studio Killers, because I don't know if it's just for the pilot or if it's going to be the whole show, but it starts with them trying to keep from their ship being destroyed by ship posts, because again they're going through cyberspace. And I'm wondering if this is going to be them basically tackling all the bullshit about the internet, like, oh, if you don't agree with me, you should yeet yourself.
No, I hope they do that. I hope they do make a episode or whatever in the future with that, because that will be something that's like a strong message. Because Wokies, at the end of the day, don't give two shits about people. They only care about their pretend fifis and their imaginary gingers that they make up on the fly. When it comes to real people, they will tell them to kill themselves in an instant.
Yeah, in fact, here's the thing. If you're actually going to go and tell somebody to go yeet themselves, that's actually small dick energy right there.
Also, one thing I do want to throw there too, kind of going back to the
it's basically no dick energy.
Yeah. Also, I want to go back to the Lou's fan art with her being a male and just being fan art. These people, these woke losers, are so obsessed with representation. They are more concerned with a cartoon drawing than they are with how the LGBT are treated in, say, Russia or China or Afghanistan or hell, even anywhere else. They're more concerned with a fucking fictional thing than they are with real life.
It's just ridiculous. And also, to the person that shall not be named, they're only fighting the same types of issues without actually, helping actual real, child victims.
Yeah, exactly. They keep on attacking, roadies and shit like that. They cry about it. Meanwhile, the UK is still doing a whole cheese pizza ring, and there's even cheese pizza rings here in America, and they're not saying anything. They're more focused on seeing Kana from Dragon Maid get protection or whatever, and it's like it's a drawing. It's a cartoon. It's not real. It's fictional.
Thank you. Fuck.
Thank you. Yeah, in fact, this is where I'd actually would insert like the freaking The Office meme where he actually like that clip where he's like, "Thank you."
But and again, these Wokies don't give two shits about anyone but their own fucking fifis. And on top of that, just they want to sit there and say they're non-binary or gender fey or any of these other imaginary. No, you're not. You're mentally ill. You're not a gender fey. You're not a non-binary. Those don't exist. And one thing that I absolutely hate, because the longest time I couldn't really sit there and say, hey, I'm, bisexual, is these idiots who slither into the community and have tainted it to the brim. They have made us look like a fetish as opposed to normal human beings. That's why I am ever so glad that my best friend of 12 years exists. Well, actually, it's more than 12 years. We've been friends for 14 years. She's wonderful. My cousin, he is gay, and he's, fantastic. Dee Dee here, Revna, and every other...
Oh, yeah, Dio, I sent you a couple of pictures of Cherry. Some of them has Jenny in them as well. But I sent you a couple pictures of Cherry so you can see what she looks like.
But what I was about to say, though, is I'm grateful that the sane individuals of the LGBT people or community exist, because I don't have to worry about Dee Dee here wanting to put on a damn, rainbow thong and listen to some TikTok cringe video with a rainbow pacified. Like,
that shit is stupid. Oh my god.
Okay, unless you're going to a rave, please do not come near me with a pacifier in your mouth.
Oh my god, who would put a pacifier
anyone
in
who
your
comes
mouth?
at me with a pacifier in their mouth, I'm just like, stay the fuck away from me, bitch.
I'm just gonna look at you like, oh my god, if you're not going to a rave, I have every right to punch you in the stomach.
Also, GD, I can't view the pictures right now because I use the Streamlabs on Discord, and if I, exit out, well, then But I will respond, once I get off the stream and stuff.
Oh, as soon as you can, let me know you got them. But I figured you'd like to see what Cherry looks like, so you're not having to rely on the music videos or the pilot episode to find out what she looks like. But I think you'll like her. Trust me.
Alright. But, also, like I was saying before, though, is these idiots have tainted the LGBT community, and Pride Month has become absolutely tainted. And on top of that, these wokies are the same idiots who believe whenever a company says, we support the LGBT.
We support the LGBT during June when we want your money.
Yeah, exactly. Like what they're expecting.
Me a company that will wait until August before they go back to their regular packaging, and then I'll believe they support the community.
But what's funny is, again, they expect me and you, Dee Dee, to go, oh my god, they support us. We should totally give them all money. Oh my god, like, no. No. Just like that they, make the movies with LGBT representation, and again, they expect us to shit our pants, go, oh my god, I see myself. Like, no. We like the Owl House because it's a great show with great characters. Luz is amazing. And, she just also happens to be bi. Sweet, that's icing on the cake. But to these wokies, though, Luz being bisexual and Emily being a lesbian, that's all that matters in the show. The plot, the story, the character, it doesn't matter.
Look, don't get me wrong. I'm very happy that I finally have a character I can say, someone who represents me. But I kind of also want the story to be good. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to enjoy the character.
Exactly. I mean, you look like let's say Star Wars, the latest Star Wars, if you will. If Rey was bisexual or lesbian, the movie would still suck. It's like, no, I don't want to associate my sexuality with this shitty ass movie.
It basically be
Hold on, guys.
It basically be like that line from the song.
Wait,
Bruno
isn't
in
Ray
Encanto.
bisexual anyways?
It basically be like that line from the song Bruno in Encanto. Instead of we don't talk about Bruno, it's we don't talk about Ray.
Yeah, exactly. And like again, it's great that Luz is bisexual. And yeah, representation is important, but guess what? Not every single character in every single work of fiction has to be a gay or lesbian or black or Asian or Mexican or whatever. Like if the creators decide to do it, then so be it. If let's take Sailor Moon for instance, okay? No one really expected nor cared that much for if there was to be LGBT representation. But there is, and not just with the good guys, but bad guys as well. And it's like, okay, this is really cool. This is amazing. You did a great job with the, LGBT rep.
Also, I'm gonna say this because there's people who want to claim that Dumbledore being revealed to be gay is considered queer baiting. Well, I let Dumbledore be the exception because you gotta realize the time he grew up in and how we didn't even really get any good rights for queer people until like the 2000s. So I don't know what queer people in the magic community would be, but considering once upon a time being queer was considered a mental illness and you would have gotten stoned for it, you kind of can't blame Dumbledore for not being like, oh yeah, I like men, by the way.
Yeah, and that's what I was. And see, here's the thing. Well,
The man
that
was
does
born
piss.
in like 1890. He
Yeah,
was in
and
his hundreds when he died.
And while that does piss me off that, the LGBT was considered a mental illness, I'm not going to sit here and hold on to the damn past. I'm going to be here in the fucking present and saying, yeah, let's move forward. But the only issue is right now we can't really move forward because the Wookiees want to taint our fucking community with damn fetishes and kinks. It's like, no.
Maps.
Yeah, and maps. It's like, no, we're going backwards. Like, it's that whole 2 steps forward, but, 3
What's a
steps
map?
back, whatever.
It's the term used for people who are attracted to children and feel that they should be included in the queer community. And most queer people
And
like
no,
myself,
they shouldn't.
most queer people like myself are like, fuck no. We fought so we could date people of our own age that we love. We don't want to be going after little children, and we don't want people to think that of us, you sick motherfucker.
And guess what? We've been fighting this shit for eons now, like, because, the whole, stereotype, one of many stereotypes for LGBT is we're cheese pizza lovers. And it's like, here you are wanting to prove them, no, go, get away from us. You are not one of us. You will never be one of us. You are trash.
Basically use that song from Lion King too. You are not one of us.
but no, it's just we were on the right path with 2015, but then the SJWs again came in with all these different genders, and now we're saying men can get pregnant and stuff. It's
not
like,
unless they're trans. Not
exactly.
unless they're trans.
But a man, a biological man, cannot get pregnant.
I mean, I did read a story a friend sent me where a woman got a transplant reproductive system, and basically, if a woman can get a new, hoo-ha for herself, then I can see in the future trans women being able to get the parts they need. In which case, J.K. Rowling's gonna look very awful when that happens. I'm just saying.
But no, I mean, it's just, again, these are the people that are the reason why I didn't want to, come out as bisexual, because they tainted us and made us look horrible.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta say that, freaking, this is ridiculous. It seems that, there's a DC writer saying that, freaking, who actually works at Marvel, and, she's actually, one of these comic pros, and she says that cis men should not apply for the position because they're trying to gatekeep us, us out of their, little,
Yeah. She's that girl. I'd be like, someone tell her, because I'm gonna hurt her.
Yeah. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, fuck the bitch.
Basically, how I'd heard her is saying, "Oh, so you're basically gonna be no better than the men of the past who said women should stay home barefoot and pregnant then, and it'll drive them nuts because they'll hate being compared to that."
Oh, Didi, I forgot to tell you this. It involves D&D, and okay. So you remember how these idiots want to then say D&D was never inclusive and all this, that, no girls allowed, blah, blah, blah?
Yeah, that's a load of
That's a lie.
Well, hold on. So apparently someone posted this. There was a D&D session. I don't know where the hell it was, nor do I care. But they said, basically only girls are allowed. No boys. And it had the whole, the female symbol with the circle around it.
Okay, but is it... I mean, I'd still find it kind of cruel that real life guys can't be included. Are these the kind of women who would basically scream that I have internal misogyny if I decided to have a character be male? Because I've played as male characters before. Hell, I have a child, Azamar named Onweem, who is male.
I bet you yes, because again, they said females are allowed and trans men and trans women are allowed, but anyone who's born a male and is still a male, you are not allowed. Which, mind you, these people want to
Okay. If these people are watching, okay, I don't want to join your boys club anyway.
and
that'll piss them off because, again, they don't like being compared. But that's basically what they're doing, is the boys club where women aren't allowed. That's basically what they're doing.
Exactly. And again, the only time the whole no girls allowed, boys rule, girls drool, and girls have cooties ever existed was in a 1980s or 90s television show or movie. No boy in real life. I mean, yeah, maybe that's one exception to the rule, but like the majority of boys didn't have that mindset. Hell, if you were a girl who liked sports, get in here, let's play. If you're a girl who likes video games, yeah, let's play some video games. I mean, like, it was cool. It was awesome to have a girl play sports or play games with you. But to these idiots, though, that never existed. It was all just boys for your typical 1990s TV show characters.
It's like the whole
it's
girls bullied out of video games thing. I keep wondering where these women went that they were basically told that they aren't allowed to play video games, because I've never had that happen to me. Ever. I've had people after playing one round of Pokemon battles be like, "Hey, I want you on my team next because you're good." I've never had someone be like, "Oh, well, you got a vagina, so we don't want you." I don't know where that came from because I've never had that problem. And it confuses the fuck out of me that people say that.
And I mean, here's what's funny is I remember growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, and like I have heard that, girls aren't supposed to play with boys stuff or whatever. I did hear that. But it was always just the adults saying it. The girls themselves were like, hey, let's play some sports. Let's, play some video games.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why that's how I know my parents were good parents because they didn't care what I played with as long as I wasn't trying to kill my younger sister.
Yeah.
But I mean, now I will say this though. I mean, with the whole boy and girl stuff, first and foremost, it's just toys, and I believe that a child, regardless of gender, should play with whatever they so choose. Now, me personally, I never really liked girl toys. It's not because, my granddaddy or anyone told me. It was like I remember going into the girl aisle because, I was curious, what do you girls play with? And it's like boring baby dolls, boring Barbie dolls.
It's basically here, my dear. You're gonna have to be on your back as your
What about
man gives it
MLP
to you
toys?
anyway. So you might as well learn how to cook and clean and take care of the child.
Yeah,
Hey,
and
guys,
it's like
I'll be right back. I gotta go do something. You guys keep chatting. So
What about My Little Pony?
No, I'm talking about in the 90s when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. My Little Pony is obviously marketed at girls, but they've gotten to where the characters aren't just let's have a tea party and dress up. They acknowledge nowadays that not every girl is into fashion and stuff.
Also, that was But though I do also a fun fact for you, GD. I remember hearing this a long time ago when I was, a part of the MLP fandom. But apparently, the creator of G1 wanted the show to be targeted for both genders because she wanted something that boys and girls could watch together, and which that's also why they added that boy character. What's his face? But
Prince Pony?
No, the boy human character.
Oh.
Yeah. But Hasbro was like, no, we don't want that because no boy would like this. And yet I've seen again in the fandom a lot of guys were like, I am the kind of an OG fan of the show.
Chad Rocco, who does Familiar Faces, talked about watching G2 My Little Pony as a kid.
Hold up.
So evidently, it wasn't a thing boys wouldn't like. And if you look at the G4 fans, it's mostly grown men.
Wait, there was gonna be a human boy character?
No, there were humans in G1.
Yeah.
Ow.
G1 had humans.
Which, DD, that means Lyra is technically right.
Wait, this was before Equestria Girls, right?
Yes.
Yeah. This was way before Friendship is Magic. Or Generation 2 and 3. This was the first generation.
The OG, where it all started. It was like in 1986, I believe. This is when they had like this. What makes it even more hilarious is T-Rex and even Grogar look the most terrifying. As like if you were to show me a picture of them alone, I would be like, what cartoon do these terrifying characters, especially T-Rex, ass? Where do they come from? Because it doesn't look like they belong in a show called My Little Pony. Especially T-Rex, who literally looks like a centaur Satan. I also still remember the death threat. Like, if Scorpion, his little minion, failed to capture the ponies, he pointed at Spike and said, "If you fail me again, Scorpion, his head will roll." Like, damn.
Damn, he was willing to kill a baby. Damn.
I know, like, holy like, the OG MLP didn't hold back. I mean, yeah, they did kind of have to, water it down a little bit in the future episodes because, angry parents, blah, 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 but they still had some funny moments, like the cat woman who needed her
Katrina.
witch
Her
weed.
name was Katrina.
Yeah, Katrina. She needed her witch weed, which, poor choice of words.
She needs her pot.
Yeah, she needed her
Otherwise she
fix,
gets the
man.
munchies.
She needed her fix, man.
That is kind of funny. But like I said,
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Alright.
But again, when it comes to, entertainment, comic books is something that I've grown to love over the years.
Oh, did you hear the thing about the Supergirl, Batgirl, and She Who Must Not Be Named?
No.
Yeah, they want to redo the Justice League thing, only get rid of Batman.
Oh, Zack Snyder's stuff?
Yeah, they want to go with vaginas.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope WB gets there in a freak accident. I hope their company burns.
Oh, you're talking about the DC, not DC. DC.
I mean, because I worked so well with those
right?
Ghostbusters
Can I finish?
2016.
Yeah, so pretty much I hate you, WB. I hope you're the guy that works at your company dies a horrible death. I fucking hate you. Now, I want to say this. Yes, it is a known fact that I do like comic books better than anime, but anime is an extremely close second. If anybody sits here, because I remember someone said, "Oh well, get salty fanboy Storm from X-Men Solo's anime," and I'm like, you seriously don't watch my videos. I like comics better than anime, so you saying that does not make me feel anything. Also, I like anime. I love anime. But here's the thing. When it comes to Lolicon and all that, see, I'm not really bothered by stuff like that because I mean, like it's not real. See, when it comes to Josh, he just wants to say, "Oh, you want to go after real kids." I'm like, Josh, I will find out where you are. I will pull you out your house and
says the
your
guy
head.
who has a 13-year-old figure in a bikini.
We know. Yeah.
Wait, Josh. Neo, can you actually pull a fucking land whale? Like, that motherfucker's the size of a damn sperm whale.
This is true. He's so out of shape that he's like, I'm a true anime fan.
Listen.
Pedos.
Dude, I literally pulled someone bigger than that when I was 4 years old. No, actually 3. I'm way stronger than that dude. I will literally pull his ass out the fucking door and kick him across the fucking street.
That kind of reminds me of Dudley from Harry Potter.
Literally, that guy is a fat fuck.
Just don't sink into his damn belly button.
I won't even get a chance to because I'll fucking literally have his ass on the ground so fast I'll put the Flash to shame. Seriously.
Basically, Cherry, who's all for body positivity, look at him and be like, ew, how are you still alive?
Like I said, do not fucking accuse me of no shit like that. I don't appreciate that fucking shit. That's fucking horrific shit to accuse someone of. Now that's
anyone else notice he started taking videos down every time someone points out the figure?
Yeah, because he knows he's in the fucking wrong. He knows he can't cover his disgusting, non-existent ass.
I hope any video captured those videos before they got taken down.
So any video that he had up with that toy in the background, he took it down.
Yeah, because now he's going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not a pedo like you freaks.
I need more butter.
Doesn't he keep calling you a leg beard? Is like, motherfucker. Oh my god.
Yeah, as if that affects me or something. One, I shave surprisingly enough. I know people assume I don't, but I shave because unlike fucking blue hair land whales, I actually care about my hygiene. And two, he's just trying to get under my skin because he can't stand that I, as a woman, am
Hold on, I'll be
basically
right
not
back.
like, oh, I should get all the money and men should just suck my toes and be grateful I am in their presence.
Not just that, but you also are, body positivity compared to the fucking blue-haired land whales who demand that your PP gets hard around them because no man or woman would be desperate or blind or drunk or high or stupid enough to touch that disgusting garbage island you call a body.
Look, I'm a big girl. I'm down to 274 now, and I'm trying to lose weight. But it's not like what people of this ilk would assume, that I just want to be able to walk around in a bikini and get attention and act like a slut. No, because unlike them, I don't want to accidentally cut my foot and my doctor say, well, your foot's infected now, we got to cut it off because you're a diabetic.
Exactly. And not just that, but again, hygiene is important. Also, I shave my legs mostly because I hate fucking body hair. I don't know how any guy can do it. It's just, it's not my thing.
And for any big women who haven't figured it out yet, you gotta lift up your stomach and scrub under there too. You can't just scrub the top of it. Because I've seen people be like, oh, I scrub my stomach every day. And I'm like, do you scrub under it? I didn't know I was supposed to. And it's like, yeah, because sweat and dead skin and stuff is going to collect in there. You got to clean that. You're at risk of getting infection if you get a rash.
Exactly.
Oh, God. Well, back to my point, I literally just, when it comes to this stuff, I literally, like, people just say, oh, you're into children. I'm like, I'm not into fucking kids, dude. I'm not attracted to any fucking child.
No.
Literally. So, again,
I'm going to say this. Anyone who keeps trying to say that someone else is into children, I'm kind of going to wonder about them, because I've noticed this with cheating stories too. When you start saying like, oh, you got to be cheating on me, 9 times out of 10, it turns out the person accusing their significant other of cheating are the ones cheating.
Well, hey, let the record speak. Let the record show that every time a male feminist or one of these anti-lolicons step up and say, this is cheese pizza, 9 times out of 10, it's always them who are the cheese pizza lover.
I mean, how many of them are cheese? How many of them who said the Orange movie was bold and brave are cheese pizza people?
I'm pretty sure every single one of them. I guarantee. I will put money on that, because no one who is sane will look at that movie and be like, "Yep, this is brave and bold."
No, hell, fucking no. That movie was fucking disturbing.
And again, we've all said this, and everyone who's reviewed that abomination has said this. You want to sit there and say, "Oh, you only put it there because you wanted to make a point." That is the equivalent of saying dog abuse is not okay.
The whole message.
Oh my God! Don't even talk to me about dog abuse. I seen some shit that I can never fucking return back from.
I assume you've seen. Oh, well, go on, Didi.
I'm gonna say this: these people who are like, "Well, it's showing how this is bad," and it's like, well, then why not get women in their late teens, early 20s, who could still pass for maybe mid teenagers and use them. That way we don't it doesn't look so disgusting and you get your message across without exploiting children in the process.
Well, I mean, not just that, but if you wanted to make the message, all you already had to do is just have, the guy enter the room or the chief pizza lover into the room and then fade to black. Like, we will understand what just happened.
That's what they do on, or used to do on Law and Order SVU.
And not just with Law and Order, but Lifetime movies too.
Well, they would show a child, and then you'd see a creepy guy come into the room, and it would cut to the theme song. We didn't need to see anything done to know, oh shit, this poor kid.
Yeah, and again, it's just like, saying murder is bad and then shooting a homeless man in the face, saying, look, aren't I brave? And no, you're not. You just murdered an innocent person.
Animal abuse is bad, and then you shoot the dog.
Yeah. It's like that. You're not getting the message across. Or it'd been easier as if you were to, again, the whole fade to black thing. I mean, hell, at least, I don't know the movies, but I watched this guy, oh man, what's his name? Like, he reviews cartoon or animated movies from on his channel. Not Saber Spark, it's another guy. Crap.
It depends. Does he do reviews for bad episodes of shows and?
I don't know. Oh wait. He's from the UK. I remember him saying he's from the UK. Or he's.
I think I might know who you're talking about. Does he have a character avatar that wears a gray hoodie?
Yes.
That's him. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay. Good.
I don't know.
He reviewed a couple of movies about abuse. That one with the pit bull fighting, the one with the fish. And it's like, these movies show you the abuse the animals go through, but at least it's a lesser blow because it's animated. It's a cartoon, so it's not like it really happened. But the message is there, though.
Well, hell, Big Mouth, because I watched the first couple seasons out of boredom because I had no choice. I ran out of stuff to watch on Netflix when I was trapped away from an internet source, and I had to use my phone's data in order to get Netflix at least. And I watched Big Mouth, and one of the first few episodes where they're talking about little boys' doodles, as I'm gonna call them. One of them says, "Isn't that technically CP?" And it's like, "Oh no, it's animated, so it's different." I'm like, so you can get away with it as long as it's animated. My God.
I mean, to be fair, that is true. Like, when you really think about it, let's talk about Family Guy for a moment. Herbert the Pervert literally is a cheese pizza lover. But
wondering where the Paperboy is.
Oh, but he's not real, so no, harm is actually done. But again, the Wokies won't talk about that. The Wokies won't go after, a fictional CP in a fictional. Instead, it's like, oh my God, Lolicon is bad. No, it's not. It's fictional. Just like, I mean, how many times has, we go back to, say, the Rugrats for a moment, right? How many times have these kids been neglected in all technicality, wandering around the store, the laundromat, the gas station? I'm pretty sure there's an episode with the gas station, and God knows where.
First season of Rugrats, Tommy ends up at the post office. Tommy is basically heading to unclaimed packages and stuff, and just as he's about to fall, thankfully he manages to end up somewhere else. But just as he's about to fall, there is a postman skeleton in the thing, and I'm like, does no one ever look in this thing? There is a fucking corpse there.
And what's funny is you don't really put that much thought into it as a kid, but like as a teen or adult, like, oh wow, that is pretty fucked up.
Well, it's like it's like the thing of Rocko's Modern Life, where Mr. Big Head needs an opposing team for bowling for his team to have a chance to win. So he goes to Rocco and his friends to get them to be the team that his team will win against. And he says, how would you and your friends like to play a game? And Rocco says, well, we're already playing a game. And you see Rocco and Filbert and Heifer holding paddles, and there's this monkey spinning around with its fanny in the air.
As in hint, nudge.
Yeah, pretty much. It was foreshadowing the future with that other fucking ugly ass monkey suit wearing.
We don't talk about that monkey.
Anyway, I gotta bounce, guys.
Well,
yeah, nothing much
for
me. Just be excellent to each other. What was that?
Let me know if you watch the pilot for Studio Killer's cartoon, okay?
Okay, not much for me. Just be excellent to each other and party the fuck on, dudes, and yada yada yada. Later.
Peace.
Also, they have an episode of Rocko's Modern Life that's been banned, but Rocco and Heifer go to a cattle ranch. It's Rocco's uncle or something who owns it. And Heifer sleeps in the barn because Heifer is a steer. And you have one of the ranch hands come in and he sees Heifer. So he hooks Heifer up to a milking machine. And I think you can figure out what happened after that.
Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Be a nicest. No, please.
That's really fun. And again, it was fucking hilarious because, as a kid, you don't know what the fuck that is. But when
that was a joke for the parents.
Also, remember that one time where Heifer literally went to hell?
Yeah. And the fucking devil dude where he was had his head was udders.
Yeah, I think the devil guy was named Peaches.
Oh yeah, that's right. His name was Peaches.
That sounds creepy as hell.
I think that's why his name is Peaches, to be creepy as hell. I mean, just imagine this dude in a black robe with an udders for a head coming after you. Your soul is mine.
There's actually a scene where those udders squirted milk.
Yes, I remember that as well. Things that we could get away with in the 90s, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the Animaniacs were kings, and if you want to include queens of that. Like, no, fingerprints. I don't think so.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I seen that when I was a kid. I was like,
The one 90s trope that always fascinated me was a main character going to hell. Like I said, Heifer, and then Darkwing Duck also went to hell at one point.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode.
Oh,
yeah,
there
was a fan too.
Squirting freaking milk out of his udder heads.
But one thing I do want to point out though is I was always fascinated how cartoons, like Tom from Tom and Jerry went to hell, which was funny because his Satan was a bulldog, and
perfect.
Yeah,
Sylvester also did that too.
Yeah, and every other.
He got to go back to the land of the living because he was a cat in the whole thing of 9 lives.
Yeah, and All Dogs Go to Heaven 2 had it, and all these shows had the whole devil hell. Fucking Cow and Chicken literally had the red guy who would fucking.
Yeah, the pilot for Cow and Chicken, the red guy was Lucifer.
Yeah, and what's funny is it's weird how in entertainment, you can have Satan or something that's Satan related like him, but yet no one does like a holy like God or Jesus, which I mean, granted, because that would be sacrilege, but wouldn't it also be sacrilege to have a Satan?
Oh,
I don't know,
that's
man.
different. Satan's evil. How that works, I don't know, but
Satan is an omnipresent being that is a complete opposite of the creator.
Actually, wait, no. In The Simpsons, Homer goes to heaven and is walking with God, who is like this colossal foot.
you'll know when you die. Oh, I can't wait
Oh
that
yeah,
long. You can't wait 6 months?
Damn.
I remember when Homer literally fought God in the Simpsons game. Remember that?
Ah, yes.
No.
That sounds broken.
There was a Simpsons video game. It was like a tie-in for the movie, and God's the final boss.
Okay. But anywho,
I like Ned Flanders as the devil, though.
I know
Yeah, that
because
was
it's
pretty good.
ironic.
And just because it's so perfect, where in the Treehouse of Horror episode where Homer's like, Flanders, you're the devil? Always the people you least suspect, eh?
To be
Wow.
fair, yes. To be fair, yes. Like that right there was definitely a nice little twist because again, Ned Flanders is about as religious as you can get.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
actually worries about his sons being gay.
Yeah,
I mean, there
that
was
one.
an episode where we see Bart in the future, and he goes to Flanders for some money, and Flanders is like, "Now, Bart, you know, you're never gonna succeed." And Bart tries to say, "What happened to you, Flanders? You used to be so cool." And Ned's like, "You know what? I'm gonna help you, but only because you haven't outed Rod and Todd yet."
Oh,
And then
man.
you see Ron and Todd basically dressed like stereotypical gay men, sanding a wardrobe or something because they're carpenters.
Oh man, what the fuck?
But oh, by the way, what is one thing I do want to bring up because so last month I was watching the top 10 Christmas stuff just for shits and giggles,
Yeah.
and I came across this video called the top 15 most forgotten Christmas specials. Well, the one that I was telling you guys about that was the worst Christmas special ever just so happened to be on it. It's called The Little Troll Prince. And,
Never heard of it.
and a nice fun fact for you. You have heard his voice before because he's the voice of Monty from the Looney Tunes and Jack Spicer from Shaolin Showdown.
Oh, I had a friend who had a crush on Jack Spicer when it was the original series. I'm highly doubting they have a crush anymore now that they're adults and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I thought it was kind of funny because listening to the Troll Prince sounds like a little bitch. Spoilers, I know. But like, and then you hear his other voice, it's like, wow, this sounds a hell of a lot better. Oh, and also one funny ass little line is to give you some context. This is a religious movie as well, so the troll learns about Jesus and God and all that crap. And what makes this so hilarious is he says, "I believe God does love us trolls." It's funny because of modern times. Of what
Oh
a
yeah.
troll means.
Also, Violet says to the other host here, did you know that Mr. Anime has a post made on him on Kiwi Farms? Yeah, I don't visit Kiwi Farms, and yeah, we already know. We've met the trolls that actually were responsible.
To quote Dave Chappelle, "Screw you, I know what makes you cheer."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So that whole you're a child piece of love. Nah, we're not. We're not.
No, I
Um.
mean, you, on the other hand, the one who's always saying we are, I think we might need to look at your browser history
Yeah,
or
and we
your
also
basement.
yeah, definitely a basement where there's a bunch of slime and butter everywhere. You probably be slipping and busting your ass on that shit all day trying to get out the fuck upstairs.
Oh,
I did not need that image.
uh,
Let's just say Karma can be a total freaking bitch.
Yeah, you left DBZ, but they had an episode of Big Mouth where everyone had superpowers. It turned out to be a thought thing, imagination. But one of the characters was basically like an airbender or something, only with jizz.
wow. Dude, wait a minute. I've seen something like that before with an anime toy. I've seen something
no,
like that done before.
no,
Oh
no.
no, I forgot about that. I blocked it out. It was one of the few things from Cheshire Cat Studios I blocked out.
You look at that and you tell me there's a God.
No, I look at that and I see why God refuses to come down here.
Basically, he actually created a whole bunch of rejects, and now the rejects are taking over.
Oh, by the way, Dee, you weren't here last week, but I had a pretty nice little insult for the pink-haired Landwells. So, you know the verse in the Bible that says God created all of us in his image?
Yeah.
Yeah, he only said that to make the pink-haired land whales and the SJWs feel better about themselves because, dear God, no pun intended, no one should look as ugly as them. I mean, holy shit. That is some grade A ugly.
Don't those people hate Christianity or something?
They hate everything. God only said he made them in his image to make them feel better about the disgusting, miserable, loveless life.
Nah, if we're going by that logic, God only said that so they wouldn't start reading when he told them the truth. Because their fucking ream will give you a headache.
Yes.
Yeah, but you see, I'm not letting Kiwi Phones actually get me down. I'm actually putting that shit behind me and moving on.
I wonder if there's like other YouTubers who are on Kiwi Phones.
Well, there's 8-Bit Shinobi, and these people, including Enemy 1992, he actually freaking got doxxed because he was actually going against somebody that these freaking weirdos actually were defending. Well, because they were freaking doing some wrongdoing, and I was trying to stand up for Anime Night, and because I'm a good friend. If you actually talk bad about my friends, well, that's actually pet peeve number 3, dudes. You do not want to actually attack my friends while I'm on social media because basically you will incur my wrath.
You still there?
I'm here.
For some reason it was so staticky. I mean, I think it was because I wasn't on the app. Like again, I'm on my cell phone, so I was looking over at Twitter since this is on Discord, and it was starting to get those staticky. And if I'm not on this for too long, it will eat me off.
Oh, Dio, do you want me to send you a couple of the music videos for Studio Killers?
Sure.
Oh, can I get some?
Sure. If y'all want, I can also send you the pilot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. Did you put it in the Otaku Squad?
Yeah, I put it in general.
Okay. I'll check it out when we get off after stream.
Okay, well, I'll send you a couple music videos from Studio Killers.
Alright. But oh, by the way, there was this this was a funny picture that was in. So when everyone was commenting on the idiots who were complaining about the male version of Lou's fan art, someone posted a picture just for lols, and it was Anne and Lou's telling Marty, "Congratulations on your show. You succeeded and stuff like that." And Marty's like, "Oh, thank you." And then they both, Marty and not Marty, Anne and Lou's then have grins on them. It's like, now it's time for us to show you this. And it's a door that's labeled Rule 34. And Marty's like, wait, what?
People were starting to do freaking Rule 34 with freaking the Ghost and Molly McGee. Holy crap. They didn't
What? Guess what? That means you succeeded. I mean, I say that, but at the same time, High Guardian Cringe also has Rule 34, and it didn't succeed for obvious reasons.
I mean,
Wait,
but
wait,
I mean,
what?
But let me tell you something, guys. Rule 34 means that there's a tournament, but rules of the internet is for porn.
Honestly, as much as I not hate it, but I'm actually as much as I hate the stuff Rule 34 does sometimes, I'm at least grateful for its existence, just so the SJWs could re-at it.
Oh, yeah,
I support any and all Rule 34, not because I'm a huge perv, but because everyone deserves to enjoy that which they desire, no matter how twisted it may be. It has the right to be enjoyed and desired.
Exactly.
Even though there's a lot of things that...
Okay, I've sent a couple music videos to Dio, and I sent you a music video when you get the chance, okay, Shadow?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Didi.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I support any and all desires, no matter how twisted or fucked up. Even though there's a lot of things that I'm not into, mostly anything that involves bowel movements, but it has the right to exist, and you, the individual, have the right to enjoy it. Because if we sit there and say no to this, even though it doesn't hurt anyone in reality, then we're no different than the wokies who demand things to be censored to fit their taste. And I will also say this, as much as I hate it, the woke comic books and woke movies also have the right to exist. Because...
Yeah, but let's be honest, if they don't make money because the wokies won't go see this shit, companies aren't going to make it anymore. You see how the wokies are getting that, along with Paul Feige, over 2016 not being referenced anywhere. It's like, it's because not only is it its own universe, but it didn't do well because y'all didn't go and see it. So Sony's basically like, fuck this. This was a lead balloon, and it fucked us over. We're not going to reference it ever again. Here's a free download, and the box said, but Paul here doesn't get anything unless you download it. And I guarantee a bunch of people are just going to take pictures of them burning the code and post it on Twitter.
So there's a Ghostbusters multiverse now?
Yes.
Yeah,
but
I would consider 2016 anything more than a dumpster fire, though.
But yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing too, is even though they can exist, don't expect people to appreciate it or want it. And when it fails, well, guess what? That means you should learn your lesson and go, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't make
I'll be right back.
Well,
hey guys, I have to be right back. Someone's calling me on Discord.
Basically,
Um,
I'm tired of people being like, oh well, it's the sexist's fault, and it's like, no, we just go see what we like. I chose to go see Sonic over Birds of Prey because Birds of Prey didn't look good to me. It's
Hey,
called,
Mr.
if you
Anime.
want to support it,
Yo,
you
what's
go
up?
and see it.
Hey, can we
What's up?
talk after stream? Can we talk after stream in a voice chat?
Yeah. Basically, I gotta do a couple things after the stream though, because I gotta go to town for lots of money. So,
Okay.
I'm also
but
doing laundry, so.
Well, sorry
but
about that. I was quiet the whole time.
it's all good. Besides, if you actually need something to talk about, we can always talk about it later tonight.
But
Whenever.
anyway, if it's anyone's fault that something failed, it's the fucking assholes who screamed and said they wanted this but didn't go see it. Know why
exactly.
Sonic did well? Because Paramount listened to the fans, and the fans were happy to go and support it. Like
Exactly.
they wanted because they liked Sonic. These fucking wokies who are like, oh, well, it's the sexist fault. It's like, no. Because 9 times out of 10, when I've talked to these deficient and intelligent assholes, they always say, well, no, I didn't want to spend money. I want to see it for free. And it's like, well, that's why it fucking failed, because you didn't fucking support it.
Exactly, and not just that, but it's also like this. They don't give two shits about D&D or comic books or anything like that. All they want to do is just hear that it went woke and it did a woke thing so they can feel good, pat themselves on the back, drink the damn soy milk out of a fucking rainbow sippy cup, and think that they changed the fucking world when they didn't. All they did was ruin a legacy, a trilogy, whatever. They ruined something amazing. And it pisses me and everyone else here and anyone else who's not mentally challenged like they are straight off, because it's like, no, we do not want forced diversity. It's like
Okay, I'm
we were
back.
having. It's like the discussion that we had last week with the whole, actors who aren't white or whatever playing a certain character. The actor who played Kingpin, he wasn't white, but he owned that role. He was Kingpin. And guess what? If Superman in the 90s or early 2000s or whenever was to be played by a black guy, an Asian guy, or whoever, it wouldn't matter so long as.
Well, the show from the 90s, Lois and Clark, which was basically a Superman series, the guy playing Superman was Asian.
Well, there you go. And the question is can you play the character? Can you be the character? Can you bring this fictional character to life? That is what we, the fans, want. But what these SJWs want is just some token for the pat themselves on the back and say, we have a black, gay, trans, pregnant Superman now.
Yeah,
that sounds terrifying.
I have a question. Does this also apply to voice acting?
Yes.
Yes.
As long as you can do the voice. Let's take Bugs Bunny, for instance. Whether you're white, black, Asian, Mexican, as long as you can do the OG, or at least somewhat of the OG Bugs Bunny voice, meaning Bugs Bunny can't have a deep voice like this or anything like that. He has to have the somewhat the voice of Bugs Bunny, just like with
it was
Garfield.
like the thing with the Pixar movie Soul when it was being brought to Japan to be dubbed. People, the fucking wokies throwing a fit because it was going to be Japanese people. I'm like, yes, because there's not a lot of black people in Japan. What, do you expect people to go up to every black person that comes out of the airport for vacation and say, you speak Japanese? And if they say yes, say, okay, we need you to dub Soul for us.
Hang on.
Wait, does this also apply to both Shredder and Jack from Samurai Jack?
Yes. I mean, listen, Uncle Phil, he was Shredder. He was 10 out of 10 with Shredder. The OG Shredder, of course. and Samurai Jack. You cannot
I
replace
want to
that
conquer
man.
Earth.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
Personally, I prefer Kevin Michael Richardson. He just sounds way more threatening as the Shredder.
But no,
Don't get me wrong, I love Uncle Phil as the Shredder, but
Look,
in terms of villain voices, Kevin nailed it for me.
Look, all I know is I'm sorry. When it comes to America and stuff, I get it. You want to try and match the characters as much as possible and stuff. But in Japan, there is not a lot of dark-skinned people. Unless you want to get some gongaros, there are not a lot of dark-skinned people in Japan.
Exactly. And again, what matters in voice acting or whatever is if you, the individual, can bring the character to life. Because no one gave two fucks about race, gender, whatever until the SJWs brought up. Just like no one was looking at a fucking orc and going, holy shit, that's Tyrone, until the SJWs slithered in
Yeah, and I
said
still
that.
fucking hate that because even though I still don't fucking see it, I now know about this stupidity and I hate it.
And guess what? It takes a racist to point out something and say something like that. Because again, no, you could take the entire black community and have them play D&D, and I guarantee you not one individual is going to be like, hold up. This orc race right here seems way too familiar. No.
And when I told this to my neighbor who's biracial and she's married to a black guy, she said, so wait, it wasn't a thing of maybe they have similar features? No, they went with they're rapists and savages? That's how they put two and two together? And it's like, yeah. I mean, it'd still be kind of racist to point out similar features, but at least in that case, you're not saying black people are savage and rapists.
And not just that, but one other thing too. I seen this yesterday. Some idiot was talking about Enchanto, and they're like, "You need to get the noses of the Latinx people correctly."
Oh God, fucking damn it! My neighbors across from me. I've talked to them about this. Mostly the teenagers and stuff, and they're like, we don't like Latinx. We don't know why you gringos keep using Latinx.
And
I don't use it because I've heard people hate it. It's the wokies that don't seem to understand that Latin folk are like, we don't like this. Stop calling us this.
And mind you,
when I first heard Latinx, I thought this sounds like a slur or something where you say Latin people stink or something.
Yeah. And mind you, one thing I want to throw out there, they always talk about cultural appropriation whenever some motherfucker cooks food. Guess what? Mexican...
Aren't these also the assholes who are telling Japanese artists they have to draw characters a certain way? Wouldn't that be cultural appropriation too?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There you go. But guess what? A Mexican can cook fucking spaghetti. A black person can cook sushi. Food is meant for all of us to love and enjoy. It's not a you can't cook this or you can't cook that thing. We all are meant to enjoy food. Now, you know what? Yes,
any wokies watching, if you're the rare person of color wokie, they exist, but they're rare. It's mostly white people trying to do this shit.
Yeah.
If you're the rare person of color, you're not allowed to cook Irish stew unless you have an Irish ancestor somewhere. Also, you are not allowed to culturally appropriate my culture.
Yeah, you can't eat potatoes. That's mine and Dee Dee's people. Can't have any potatoes.
Fucking stupid as fuck.
Exactly, there you go. See how stupid that sounds. But what I was about to say is what cultural appropriating really is turn a group of people to use a fucking word that they said no thank you, gringo, over and over, but yet you're like, I know what is best for you, and you should use this word because it's gender neutral.
I
No,
mean,
it isn't.
I've yet to see an actual Latin person, as in someone in real life, use it. I know they're trying to make characters and comics and stuff that are of Latin descent use it, but I want an actual person to use it, and it's never going to happen because I've never fucking seen it.
And one thing I also want to throw out there too right now. This is the one time I will ever apologize for my skin color because these SJWs make me, DD, Mr. A, Shadow, and every other sane white motherfucker on this planet look horrible. These idiots are walking around with pink fucking hair, going with imaginary pronouns. I'm not binary or gender free. I identify as a trans chicken. La la la. No, you don't exist. You're mentally challenged. You give us white people.
I tried to point out the whole.
And you know what the worst part is?
Whoa,
God,
guys,
man.
I tried to point out how stupid the whole I identify as a male deer, which in my opinion kind of defeats the purpose of saying you're trans female if you identify as a male deer. But I tried to point this out by saying I identify as a potato that has a pumpkin growing out its head, and they're like, "Welcome, Sister Potato." I'm like, "You missed the fucking point. It is stupid."
And the worst part is for me,
Welcome,
I
Sister
may be
Potato.
19, but compared to you guys,
Okay.
what I'm trying to say is that I may be 19 years old, but compared to you guys, I'm just a kid and I don't even know any of this stuff.
Also, I just want to say, welcome, Sister Potato. The Kool-Aid is in the back. Please drink it.
Fucking damn it.
Congratulations, DD. Your new name is Sister Potato.
I swear to God, Dio. I swear to God, Dio, if you call me that, I'm going to call you Lord likes to fling his cock.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Wait. Don't
That's
call
a
me
burn.
kid. I don't identify as a kid.
You're not a kid. You're a young adult.
Yeah, you're a young adult. But one thing I do want to...
Oh, this is a freaking nice burn here. Shinkai Atsuya says, to all SJWs, your ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
One of the best things from
Sounds
the
like something a fucking
Star Wars.
anime character would say.
Actually, that was Star Wars reference.
It's actually a thing from prequel Star Wars.
Yeah.
And everyone ragged on the prequel Star Wars, but at least, even if it was just for a drinking game or to watch it because it was so bad it was good, at least you got entertainment out of it. I can't look at anything past the first sequel that Disney made without being like, why, et tu, Brute? Basically, you stabbed me in the back, Disney.
Also, I just want to say that congratulations to Jar Jar Binks for no longer being the most hated and annoying character, since that now goes to L337, the Fam Wham Bot.
Also, if I could just say this real quick. It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
Oh, man, don't even get me started on that shit. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. I hate you!
You're my brother, Anakin. I loved you.
Oh,
I
man.
am 14 years old and this is deep.
But I did want to say, though, again, these SJWs, they not only make the Caucasians, us look bad. What makes it funny is all the self-hating white people always want to sit there and wear shirts that say, fuck white people. You've seen that, didn't you? Because it's okay to hate us white people.
In that case,
if
I see that, I'm gonna be like, so are you gonna yeet yourself from life then?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. If you hate, it's just like the whole you hate America, you hate my flag and shit.
I remember the Chappelle show when Dave did a thing of a blind guy who thought he was white, and the guy interviewing's like, has anyone told him? And a guy said, no, he's so committed to the cause he'd kill himself just to make sure there was one less N-word.
Hey, guys, so I just want to add this real quick. I just want to say this. The Star Wars prequel trilogy at least redeemed itself thanks to the Clone Wars. I personally like to think it redeemed itself.
I will say this till the day I die. The sequels that Disney made would have worked if they had focused on fucking Finn. I saw Finn, I'm like, ooh, are we going to find out about him? Because Finn was actually awesome when we first see him. Rey, she's just looking for parts and stuff, and I guess I would want to know who left her on Jakku, but that's about it. Finn was the guy I wanted to know every detail they could give me about him. And they didn't do that because they decided the mighty vagina is more important than the black guy.
But no, the mighty hairy vagina. Let's face it.
My point still stands, Dio.
But, I mean, yeah, because, again, here's this idea of a stormtrooper saying, no, I will no longer be a part of this, crowd. I will no longer be... Yeah, and it opens up a load of possibilities as to, what has his life been like, what is his more high ground, and you could have done something awesome with that, but no, we have to see Whammon be Whammon, the Mary Sue, and how she's able to operate the Millennium Falcon when she hasn't even seen it.
I forget the name of the show because they do it so rarely, but Channel Awesome does a thing of what ifs, like how a film could work and stuff. And they did a thing for the sequels, and I'm like, Disney, why don't you fucking hire Doug and the others? They're the only ones who can make a good enough story that would be worth watching. With a hated character, no less.
Because that would be a good idea. And, Disney doesn't care about good ideas. They care only about appealing to the tokens. That's why every fucking year you hear this movie has the first LGBT out character that no one fucking cares.
Oh, yeah, China, too. Fucking bastards.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, China. You ruined Star Wars.
Yeah.
Much prefer Japan. They would have made it better.
And again, mind you, the SJWs always hate on America and Japan for whatever stupid reason. And, they always talk about representation, standing up for the LGBT, black people, blah, 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 yakety smackety. But yet they are here. But they are here kissing the ass. Actually, no. They are giving China the rim job of their life. And we're like, we support you. We should bring our movies up to your standards. Yeah, do you know what China thinks of us LGBT people? Do you know what China thinks of fucking black people, of Mexicans, of any other person who's not them?
Considering I've seen a Chinese ad for laundry soap where a Chinese woman puts a soap pod in a black guy's mouth and forces him in the washer and he comes out as a skinny Chinese guy, I think I know.
Oh yeah, that shit was very fucking racist when I've seen
that.
That
was that's absolutely racist. That is like, these idiots. By the way, let's talk about the whole race thing for one moment. These idiots will sit there and say Jinx from Pokemon is racist without even knowing the entire context. Spoiler alert, she's actually based on the cannibal snow yokai of Japanese mythology. The reason why her skin is
doing fucking research.
Exactly.
Now,
and also the reason why her
I get back in the 90s, the internet wasn't exactly good enough to, get you your information. But nowadays, there should be enough to tell you, oh wait, this isn't basically racially charged.
Yeah, and also to top that off, you also got like say, not Final Fantasy.
I don't get it,
Resident,
Mr. A. I don't get it.
I don't even know what that is because I
It's a
can't even make it out.
helicopter. It's a
I'm about to
Oh,
start. I'm about to roast Devil May Cry fans who make us look bad. The real fans look bad in a minute because I'm getting tired of them with this shit.
but no,
Yeah.
you got also Resident Evil 5 where the idiots are like, oh my god, this is racist because a white man is going to Africa where there's a shit ton of black
Oh
people.
my fucking god,
No.
man! Are they
Well-
really saying that shit?
No. The thing was, it was racist because you were expected to kill black people, and it's like, well, yeah, you're in a part of Africa, where there's not a lot of white people. Now, if it was
And
set in like, Washington D.C., I could see the argument, but
and mind you,
Africa.
And mind you, by the way, in the zombie hordes, there were black and white zombies. Also, your sidekick is a beautiful African woman who can hold her own. But
Also-
And they were infected with a virus that was meant to kill.
Exactly.
Also, in the Witcher games, people were pissy about that, saying, why aren't there any people of color? I'm like, because during the time period, those people would be slaves.
And not just that, but these idiots always talking about how these things are racist when there's nothing racist about them, and yet they're not going to point at Papa China and say, China, this is not okay.
China, my massa! Fuck you.
This whole dish detergent, dishwasher, whatever the fuck it was, ad
Hey,
is not
guys.
okay.
AMC just bought Sentai Filmworks.
Well, I actually have a little thing about that. I know about it. I mean, I saw Ministry of Otaku talk about it, but here's my personal thesis. I actually would say it was better AMC than going towards freaking, something like freaking Sony.
Yeah, that's true. But here's my take on it. I hope that the AMC channel actually airs anime alongside stuff like Breaking Bad and Walking Dead. That would honestly be pretty cool to see Western TV shows that are TVMA and anime alongside of that are also TVMA. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah,
But
here's the next. If they do plan on doing it, I would actually still freaking support AMC if possible because, I mean, I did like watching The Walking Dead, but I still gotta sit down and freaking watch Breaking Bad though. I've only seen like a few episodes
Breaking
here
Bad
and
was
there,
actually
but-
And anyway, back to the whole Ghostbusters debacle. Wokie's yelling about how Sony, and again, I hate giving Sony money, but god damn it, did they do a good job at redeeming themselves with Ghostbusters Afterlife. But it's like, yes, because they make movies. If movies do not sell well, they can't make money to make more movies. It's a business. They have to appeal to people who are going to see it, because if they don't, no money. Had y'all gone and seen that dumpster fire, it would have done well and they'd have made more. But you didn't. And now you're pissy because no one wants to buy it, even though it's your fault that it fucking failed.
exactly. But of course, the SJWs
I
don't
can't believe how
care
stupid I
that.
was during 2015, 2016, actually liking The Force Awakens. I was so stupid.
But no, the Wokies, they don't care about watching or playing the content that they read about. They only want it to be woke so they can feel good about themselves and pat themselves on the back while they drink their fucking, soy latte from a damn sippy cup because they're a bunch of morbidly obese, disgusting, grotesque, smelly ass, smooth brain, mouth breathing, knuckle dragging, dumpster fire enthusiast losers who live in their parents' basement.
Also,
Damn.
Fucking jizz
the
guzzling
only reason
motherfucker.
why I was quote unquote interested in Ghostbusters 2016 is because they were part of this game called Lego Dimensions, which is a crossover between DC's Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Simpsons, etc. And in retrospective, I was stupid.
Yes.
What pissed me
Yeah.
off the most about it,
Does
besides
anyone
it being a bad movie,
remember Lego Dimensions? No.
No.
I never played. What pissed me off about it, besides it being a dumpster fire, is their ad campaign. 30 years ago, 4 guys saved New York. I'm like, you don't do that if it's not in the same universe. You're trying to trick people into seeing this because you know no normal person who is a fan of the original movies are going to want to see this.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
it's dumpster fire. And again, it's as if they don't understand. And what Ghostbusters 2016 and High Garden Spice have in common is that it shows you that women cannot write a story or tell jokes. You know, the fucking jokes, air quotes there, in High Garden Spice are the equivalent of Ghostbusters 2016. They fall flat. They're not funny. And you got Rosemary, who's supposed to be funny, massive air quotes there, but yet her jokes and puns aren't even noteworthy. I mean, you look at, say, Amphibia. I can give you a laundry list of all the good jokes from season 1 till now because of how good it was. And there was a couple of jokes in The Owl House. My personal favorite, though, was when, Edie was like, wait, dumb kids? Those are my dumb kids! Well, that was golden. And see, that right there was a great joke that is memorable. But you look at fucking Ghostbusters 2016, I can't remember a joke. I mean, I can remember the queef joke because it was disgusting, and the wonton joke I can only remember because you kept beating us over the head with it every 5 fucking minutes.
Laugh!
Seriously.
Laugh! It's funny! Laugh!
You failed. I mean, seriously, these people don't even do humor. I mean, heck, I would actually see Dee Dee do stand-up comedy, and I bet you she could freaking kill it.
I mean, here's the thing.
Same.
Women can be funny, by all means. Women
Wanda
can be funny.
Sykes.
Yeah, Wanda Sykes, Joan Rivers, and I don't know every single comedian out there.
Betty White.
Yeah, Betty White, yes. Betty White, and also rest in peace. Well, I mean, not just Betty White, but the entire cast of Golden Girls.
Yeah,
Like,
Betty White, B. Arthur.
Estelle Getty, Rue McCloonan. Like,
I mean, that's why people...
Wait, what about Gilbert Godfrey?
we're talking about women.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Wait
my
a
bad.
minute. Gilbert isn't a girl. We're
Yeah.
talking about female comedians to show
My
that
bad,
women
my
can
bad.
be funny.
My bad.
It's a mistake. It's a mistake.
Also,
Just
stop.
freaking move on.
Also, stop me if you heard this one. Picture it. Sicily, 1860.
Yeah. I mean, this is why people in our generation still watch Golden Girls, despite we were either not a thought yet, or we were too young to realize that this was good comedy.
Yes. And again, you have women who were funny. But you look at fucking women, the only thing got fucking like Amy Schumer, my vagina is a dumpster fire, laugh!
Yeah, and that's when I'd look at her like, if your vagina is a dumpster fire, you really need to see a gynecologist then.
Not just that, but here's the thing.
I
I
get
would
the
just
feeling
not-
people like I get the feeling people like Amy
Wait,
Schumer go to
if
a gynecologist.
That person you said vagina is a dumpster fire, then I guess she's gonna die a virgin.
Yeah. But guess what? I would say the same thing about a guy talking about his penis to his ball sack. Like, I'll be honest with you, the whole, genitalia jokes really don't hit it. And even as a kid,
Yeah, like, come
okay,
on.
even as a kid, fart jokes I never really liked or cared for. I didn't really care much for gross out humor. I know how ironic that sounds because I'm
just gonna say this. I think it's sad that the only female comedians I like are elderly or have sadly passed.
Yeah.
I can't name a recent day comedian that I love. Meanwhile, I can give you numerous names for male comedians: Gabriel Iglesias, Jeff Dunham,
Jeff
Dave Chappelle.
John Mulaney. I love John Mulaney.
Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? You can also
name anyone recent for the mighty vagina, and that's just fucking depressing.
And guess what? You can.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, and guess what? You can remember a lot of the jokes from each and one of those comedians. Dave Chappelle. What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap! Rick James, bitch!
Okay, so for what I was saying, I hope that, well, probably won't happen, but I hope Dave Chappelle could be part of an animated film like every other comedian.
Oh, that would be freaking pretty cool, though, if Dave Chappelle could actually do that. And also, oh god, why do I have to be reminded of this? Don't forget the anti-comedians like freaking Hannah Gadsby. Oh god.
Yeah, that fucking upsets me because she's on the spectrum, and she did tell a funny autism joke, and it upsets me because it's like, that's fucking funny. And you'd have that one person who's like, oh, that's not right to make fun of the mentally challenged. And it's like, being autistic isn't considered mentally challenged, especially if you're on the higher spectrum. And how dare you say that? And fuck you, I'm on the spectrum and I found it fucking funny.
And guess what? Guess what that also says about them? They are the ones who are offensive because they're pointing at you saying, you're mentally challenged.
I mean, it's like the whole Derpy Hoops thing from
How ironic.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the original voice was bad, but you find out that the voice actress thought Derpy was a boy, so she was trying to do a deep voice. But you had every Karen under the sun like, oh, that's insulting to autistic people. And I'm like, but I like Derpy.
And the whole fandom loves Derpy.
And then I just think of that.
Do we all agree that Derpy should get her own series?
And then I just think of that one comic, where you have like a black person or something trying to say, well, I'm not offended, and the white person like, shush, I'm being offended for you, and it's like,
oh yeah, exactly.
I hate when people do that. They think they can just, I'm definitely offended for you, and I have authority over you. Suck my dick in the back.
That's what the SJWs are all like. Another example, a Family Guy episode where Chris dates a girl who has Down syndrome. I'm not gonna say SJWs, but the Karens and whoever were like, oh my god,
and the voice actress who actually has Down syndrome said, I thought it was funny.
Exactly, there you go. It's like, stop being offended for them. It's just like when.
I love how these assholes don't ever talk to the people they're offended for, because they know that if they did, people like me for like autism or being queer would be like, I found it funny, and they'd be like, oh my god, how can you find it funny? It's so insulting. And it's like, I find what I find funny.
I think the reason why they get so offended is if they don't get offended, no one will. That's their mindset.
They want to be the white knight, the white savior, the hero of all. That's why they sit there and, try to protect, massive air quotes there, when all they do is ruin and annoy and bother. It's like the allegory that I made a while back called The Waiting Room, where you have this room and there's only, one chair left that's empty, And beside that chair is the opposite of you, whether it be sexuality, gender, race, what have you. Now, we would just sit down because we're, needing to wait for an appointment. No big deal. But
Or wait for the bus.
Yeah, yeah, but the SJWs will look at this, pat themselves on the back, and see this as a golden opportunity to be this hero, this, divine figure. It's like, I am so sorry that my gender or race or what the fuck has been oppressing your people. Just bothering the poor person sitting next, not giving two fucks about this shit.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. But in all seriousness, guys, I think it's actually high time we actually just wrap this up because I know it's actually getting close to the 2-hour limit. So why don't we just
I got like
and try to wrap this up?
Yeah, you got 20 seconds left.
Okay, let me know if y'all watched the pilot because I liked it and I would love to know if y'all liked it because.
What is it called again?
The Stage Killer.
It's the band is called Studio Killer, but I posted the pilot in general on Otaku Squad.
Okay. Under general. So, all right. Anyway, Bleeding Shadow, if you're still here, could you unmute yourself so we can say our final goodbyes?
Okay. I want to do it with DBZ and GT for life. Okay, here we go. Stick with the shadows because at the end of the day, the shadows will always be with you.
Damn.
It's darkness.
Yeah.
Darkness.
All right, Theo.
We can do it.
All right, my little heathens. Well, it was great. The stream was good. Hope everyone's New Year's resolution is going well. And also to the LGBT members who are woke, you do not speak for me, Didi, or anyone else who is sane. And as a matter of fact, you are not invited at our table, so you can sit over there in the corner where you belong because you give us a bad name. Furthermore, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and may this year be the year that you fulfill your desire. And with that being said, remember, my glorious little heathens, to let your passions burn brightly.
Yeah.
What?
The only thing I have to say is, Joshua, fuck you. You're not a real anime fan. Charlie, I do like your content. I appreciate you. Everyone here respects you, and you're not a fucking idiot. You have your opinion, and you're not a weeb, and none of us are weebs, and none of us are fucking losers like this fat
DBZ.
ass.
DBZ, we call him he who must not be named because
he who must not, the fat ass who must not be named.
Oh, hey,
keep rocking the keep rocking the Dragon Piece. And
I wanted to do it.
You can go ahead and do it.
Okay, keep rocking the dragon.
Keep rocking the dragon.
Yeah, and also Didi.
Okay, before I get to my thing, we say he who must not be named because if you say his name, he'll throw a hissy fit again.
Fag.
And just to see how many Studio Killer fans that watch, I want to ruin our friendship. We should be lovers instead. And that's it.
All right. Anyway, guys, also to anybody who's actually on board, that couldn't be able to come on, I'm sorry if I actually overmissed you by any chance. I just wanted to let you know that we actually have a very strict trust policy. We had people try to come on here and do some very stupid stuff onto the stream, so that's why we actually had to limit it to just the people that we actually know and trust. But all in all, as always, thanks for coming on board. Thanks for putting up with me. And as always, just remember these 3 things, guys. Respect the waifus, enjoy your fandoms, anime is freedom. Until the next one, this is Mr. 343 saying, sign everyone.